Ask yourself why, do I deserve this?
Suppressing all your emotions deep down where nobody can find them.
There are no problems, there's just weakness.
Slap me or kick me and be like, what are you doing?
So let's talk about mental health. Mental health is one of the most important yet often overlooked social issue in today's society. It refers to a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being, which affects how we think, feel, act, and cope with daily lives. Mental health also influences how we handle stress, relate to others, and also make decisions. In recent years, mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, and stress disorders has become increasingly high among all age groups. Students, working adults, and even children are facing mental health challenges due to academic pressure, work stress, social expectation, and the influence of social media. Despite this, mental health is still surrounded by stigma, causing many people to suffer in silence instead of speaking up. Globally, mental health issues are recognized as serious public health concern. According to World Health Organization, hundreds of millions of people are suffering from mental disorders. Locally, mental health problems are also rising, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. Mental health is not just a personal issue, it is a social issue that affects communities, academic system, and also workforce. When mental health is neglected, it can lead to poor academic performance, broken relationship, reduced in productivity, and in severe cases, it can lead to suicide attempts or self-harm. This documentary aims to explore mental health in terms of social issue by discussing its causes, impacts, and solutions. By raising awareness about mental health, we hope to reduce the stigma because mental well-being is just as important as physical health.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is HAKIMIE AYEESHA RASEM, metric number A213633, and today I will explain the causes and factors that lead to mental health problems, both globally and locally, and how this issue happens. Mental health problems refer to a condition that affects a person's thinking, emotions, and behavior, such as depression, anxiety, and stress-related disorder. Globally, mental health issues have become a serious concern. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 1 billion people worldwide live with some form of mental disorder, making it one of the leading causes of disability. One major cause is biological factors. Some individuals are genetically more vulnerable to mental health conditions. Imbalance in brain chemicals and physical illness can also increase the risk of developing mental disorder. Another important factor is psychological stress. Experiences such as traumas, loss of loved ones, academic pressure, or constant stress can overwhelm an individual's coping ability. When stress is prolonged and unmanaged, it may develop into anxiety or depression. Social and environmental factors also play a significant role. Financial problems, unemployment, and job insecurity create continuous pressure, especially in today's unstable economy. In Malaysia, surveys show that financial stress is one of the main contributors to mental health conditions. In addition, workplace stress, academic competition, bullying, and lack of social support further worsen mental well-being. On a global level, major events such as COVID-19 pandemic significantly increased mental health problems. Lockdowns, social isolation, fear of illness, and economic uncertainty caused a sharp rise in anxiety and depression worldwide. In Malaysia, calls to mental health support hotlines increased several times after the pandemic, showing how serious the impact was. Lastly, stigma and limited access to mental health services allow the problem to continue. Many people avoid seeking help due to fear of being judged, which leads to a late treatment and worsening condition. And in conclusion, mental health problems occur due to a combination of biological, psychological, social, and also global factor. Without early supports, awareness, and proper intervention, these issues can grow and affect individuals, communities, and society as a whole.
For the impact of mental health issues, we can see the effects in many parts of daily life. Mental health problems often affect for how people interact with the others, with their friends, and some people start to pull away, feel lonely, or find it hard to maintain relationships. Because of the stigma, many people choose to stay silent instead of asking for help. But in fact, about 1 in 4 people will experience mental health issues at some point in their lives. Mental health also affects physical health. Long-term stress, anxiety, and depression can make the body feel tired and weaker. But over time, this can increase the risk of illnesses like heart disease and high blood pressure. Studies show that people with serious mental health condition can have a life expectancy that is 10 to 20 years shorter. There is also an economic impact. When mental health is not taken care of, productivity at work or school can drop. People may miss work more often, and healthcare costs increase. But globally, mental health issues cost the economy trillions of dollars in every year. For education, mental health problems can affect focus, motivation, and academic performance. Students who are struggling mentally may fall behind or drop out. But almost half of mental health condition begin before the age of 14, which shows for how important early support is. For overall, mental health issues are not just a personal problem. They affect the individuals, school, workplaces, and society. Paying attention to mental health and supporting each other make a real difference.
So, what can we actually do about mental health issues? First of all, we need to talk about it more openly. Mental health is not something to be ashamed of. The more we normalize these conversations, the easier it becomes for people to ask for help without feeling judged. Next, early support really matters. Sometimes people don't need big solutions, they just need someone to notice and listen. Parents, teachers, friends, and even coworkers should be more aware of the early signs so problems don't get worse. Access to help is also very important. Mental health services should be easier and more affordable. Hotlines, online counseling, and community support can really help, especially for people who don't know where to start or are afraid to go face to face. On a personal level, taking care of ourselves is not selfish. Simple things like getting enough rest, moving our bodies, taking breaks, and managing stress can make a big difference. And having supportive people around us helps more than we realize. Lastly, schools and workplaces should create healthier environments. Less stress, less pressure, more understanding, and proper mental health support, which can help people feel safer and more supported. At the end of the day, mental health is everyone's responsibility. Small actions, awareness, and support can create a big impact. In short, mental health is a big part of everyone's life. It affects how we feel, work, and connect with others. The problems comes from many places like stress, money worries, and our biology, and it can hurt our health, our jobs, and our relationships. But there's hope. We can make things better, first we need to talk about it openly so no one feels ashamed to ask for help. Second, support should be easy to get, whether from friends, family, or professionals. And third, schools and workplaces should care about our mental health, not just our results. Mental health is everyone's business. When we look out for each other, we build a stronger, kinder world for everyone.